Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera. Hi everyone. Welcome to our training session on gain more Instagram follower for powerful marketing. First of all, we would like to say thank you very much on your pleasantness to join our session this evening. For your information, we have special guest with us tonight, who is Dr. Tahira BB binti TK yang bertupai tanggal as a human resource lecturer in business management course from UiTM Pasir Gudang, Cawangan, Johor. Before we begin, I would like to introduce our group member. So, first, my name is Muhammad Tajul Arifin bin Madkhir, and I am the group leader in this team. Next, we have Zarid Sofia binti Fazil, Siti Nur Saadah binti Saad, followed by Nur Aina Ashira binti Abdul Manab, and the last will be Siti Maisarah Nur Ikram. We all from UiTM Pasir Gudang students in business management course, and feel free to share some tips and steps that you might looking since before. Our training session will be handled through pre-record video. I hope you guys pay attention along the video play. If there are any questions, you guys may ask during Q&A session at the end of the video, okay? And for those who might have bad internet connection, we provide our training session pre-record video YouTube link in the comment section below, so you can watch it later. I think that's all from me. We may start now. Siti Maisarah, you can play the video of training session. Thank you. Action! Hey, you right there. I wanna tell you something really quick. Come. Have you heard about the Instagram? I can help you to get more followers if you're interested. You do? Good. I got the key. You got the sheesh. Let's make a deal. We're gonna hop up to the first step. Instagram. First of all, what the benefit if we have many followers in the Instagram? Simple. Instagram, many followers. Many followers show you a well-known person, well-known influencer, persuade. Plus the product, you just made a money machine. That's business, marketing, commercial, advertising, all of those things included. What is the first step to gain many followers in our Instagram? You get to be fully optimized your Instagram account. Your brand's product, present it at your homepage account. From there, people will easily recognize that your account is where your product come from. People will start following you. Not yet. Be patient. Drop some hashtag at your homepage. And if possible, you have YouTube channel, Facebook, WhatsApp, Twitter. Your username, keep it in line with other social media so people can easily find you. That's all for the first step. Be optimized your Instagram account, okay? For more guideline, I will pass to Zarid Sofia as the next MC in our session.
Thank you, Tajo, for your time and good explanation. Next point is schedule Instagram posts in advance. Why we need to do that to expand our business? Okay, let me tell you, and please take notes. The reason is to posting at the right time. Our prospect will come in all ages, such as like kids, young people, or even old folks. Not everyone are free all the time, right? Due to work, class, or school. So, with scheduled Instagram posts, we can achieve more target customer at the right time. Before this, many businessmen ask me what apps that can help them to expand their business. Don't worry, with this advanced technology days, I find few solutions by using apps called Post, Preview, and many more. What these apps can help us with? Alright, with these apps, it can analyze our account's engagement history and identify the optimal time for us to post algorithmically. Not only that, for with this step, we can setting our Instagram to pre-schedule once our business already grows. What's the benefit for the apps for our business? The benefit is it can help us to keep active and save time. That's all for me. Next, I will pass to Saada.
Thank you to Zara Sofia. So, my name is Saada and I will continue to add another point to gain followers. To gain followers, we need to make our followers happy. How we can make our followers happy? By visit our profile. I will share with you 4 tips to make our followers happy. Number 1, reply their comment. By replying their comment, they will feel appreciated and it seems like you are noticed them. Number 2, share inspirational content. For example, you might share your business journey. This also can help to boost up their motivation to start up the business. Number 3, randomly ask about their day. By doing this, they feel you are close with them. Number 4, doing a giveaway contest. I'm really sure that many of them gonna like it and excited to join your contest. When we make our followers happy, you can see the payoff in audience grow. Other than that, you need to avoid to make a content that's seeming nerdy, sales-driven, and robotic. So that's all from me. Did you get something? I will pass this to Aina Ashira. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Saada. So, the next point is find hashtag that convert. How do we find hashtag that convert? Because it is one of the most accurate way to get followers on Instagram. Okay, let me explain first. What is content hashtag? Content hashtag are hashtag that you use on your post. Not necessarily trendy or very popular, but they are common hashtag associated with the content on your post. When we upload our contents, Instagram will push our content from a small group of audience. After a few hours, Instagram will push our content to a bigger audience. So, before our contents become bigger contents, Instagram will make sure our content is viral. How Instagram check our content? Normally, Instagram will check from how many likes, how many comment, how many share, how long watch time, how many active favorite, replay, and the last one is save video. The best content on that hashtag is determined by a range of things that we talk about. The top of the size of the hashtag often determines the competition of the hashtag and how hard is gonna be to rank on. So, I emphasize for you to focus more on valuable content. But we must not make an engagement with people. We have to always be friendly and appear in people's comment and contents. That's all from me. I will pass to my Sarah. Thank you.
Thank you, Aina Ashira. Okay, now I will continue for the last step to gain more followers on Instagram. So the last step is getting conversation started to the followers. Through conversation, most of Instagram followers will aware that we are using the Instagram. Instagram is one of the application that fit for most people about to post about their visual first content like photos, videos, and also text. When we post something on Instagram, the audience will put the eye-catching visuals with caption that can be engaging when we perfect the Instagram caption with copywriting skills. Thus, audience usually attract with image, videos, text, posts, stories, and others. So, people are continuing to use social media as their contact reference for brands, whether it is for off-cut questions and chat, and then serious customer care queries or praise their favorite brands and products. For example, if we want to promote our business, we need to be more supportive and communicative on Instagram so that more people will attract with our product and services. Once people know about our business, try to respond to the questions or comment that make the customer and audience, also the followers, attract with us, so that our relationship can improve with the audience. Most importantly, by getting more followers on Instagram, we can secure the loyalty and attention needed by the followers. Okay, last but not least, we can recommend our brand to the family members and also friends, and they can choose the brand over other competitors, so that our brand will be well known among the followers. So that's all from us. Thank you.
That's all from our group for presenting how to gain more followers on Instagram. Next, I will open for Q&A section. For those who have any question, you can ask now.
I have a question, Ba.
Okay, Uzari, what's your question?
In your opinion, if we have a fake account to follow our page, will it affecting our business?
Okay, thank you for the good question, Uzair. Okay, back to the question. Back to the question. If the fake account that follow us, yes, it will affecting our business. For example, I putting myself as a customer. When I want to buy something from a company, we must at first take a look at their page. If they have many followers but not so many feedbacks, then I will be doubtful and it will give them a bad reputation. So it will make me not to buying their products. Is that clear?
Yes, Pia. Thank you.
You're welcome, Zair. Next, if you guys have any questions, you can ask us.
I have a question. Instead of hashtag, what else can we provide on our homepage IG account?
Thank you, Arifa, for asking this question. So, instead of hashtag, you can add on some link of your business blog or YouTube channel. Or other than that, you also can include any second account if you have. So that's it.
Thank you, Arifa, for asking us question. If there is no other question, then I will close this section for presenting how to gain more followers on Instagram. Thank you everyone for your time and welcome to our program. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good job,
Good
everyone.
job.
Okay, Assalamualaikum and a very good evening. First of all, I would like to say thank you very much to everyone who are willing to join our training session, especially our lecturer, Dr. Tahira Bibi. So before we start our session, we would like to introduce ourselves to you. We are students from UiTM Pasir Gudang, majoring in business study in transport. My name is Arif Hakim bin Asmadi, and here, next slide please, as you can see, these are my team members, Raja Farisha Farhana binti Raja Amiruddin, Nurul Izzati binti Zainisham, and the next one is Muhammad Aiman bin Hashim, and our last member is Isnu Hairi bin Azizan. And here, as you can see, this is the agenda or the flow for our session. So without any further ado, let's start our training session. So next slide. So our topic for this session will be improve emotional intelligence. This session will be focused on how to improve emotional intelligence in leadership. What does it spring to mind when you think of a perfect leader? You perhaps imagine someone who never allows his emotion to go out of hand regardless of his difficulties. Or maybe you think someone with full confidence, listen to his teams, communicate to them easily, and always make informed and deliberate judgment. In this training session, we will examine why leaders seems to have enough emotional intelligence and how you as a leader can develop yours. Therefore, I would like to give the definitions of emotional intelligence. As you can see at the slide provided, emotional intelligence or EI is the ability to understand and manage your own emotions and those of the people around you. People with high degree of emotional intelligence comprehend what they feel, what their feelings represent, and how they can influence others. Emotional understanding or emotional intelligence is vital for leaders to succeed. After all, who will succeed more? A leading man who yells to his teams when he is in stress, or a leader who remains in control to analyze the circumstances politely. Hence, there will be some significant parts in emotional intelligence. However, those elements will be presented to you by my team members. Then I would like to hand over the session to Nurul Izzati. Izzati, you may continue.
Thank you very much for this meaningful definition, Alif Hakimi. Without wasting more time, I will give you 5 key elements of emotional intelligence. The first fundamental element will be motivation. Basically, self-motivated leader continually strives toward their goals, and quality of their work is incredibly excellent. There are a few ways on how to improve your motivation. The first way is evaluating why you do your work. You have to know why you started your work. From the road, you tend to look in a different manner at your problem. The second way is to motivate yourself is by being hopeful and find something good. In general, encourage leaders optimistic regardless of their circumstance. It may be practical to adopt that thinking, but the effort is worthwhile. The second is self-awareness. You know how you feel when you are self-aware. You could know how the individuals around them might affect your feelings and activity. If you are self-aware when leading, you have a clear view of your strengths and flaws, and it indicates humble behavior. It's quite simple on how to improve your self-awareness. The first thing is to keep yourself first thing is you must keep your journal. This might take your to a better degree of self-awareness. If you simply spend some minutes daily jotting down your ideas. And the second thing is you must do is slow down. Slow down to find out why when you are experiencing rage, anger, or other intense emotions. Remember, you can always respond to them regardless of the scenario. The third point is empathy. For empathy, it's quite simple. Empathy is essential for leaders to manage a successful team or business. Leaders with empathy can put themselves in the circumstance of someone else. It helps individuals in their team to improve, challenge others individuals, give constructive comments, and listen to those who need it. Fourth is social skills. Leaders that are good in emotional intelligence in the field of social skills are excellent leaders. You just as open to hearing devastating news as a good news, and you are expert to convince your team to support you and new result framework. Leaders with high social skill can also manage change and delicate resolve problems. They are really happen to let things go how they are, but they do not sit back and demand everyone else do the job. And last but not least is self-regulation. Self-regulation, leaders who are properly govern themselves rarely attack other people verbally, make hasty or emotional choices, diminish individuals or compromise their principle. All about remaining regulation. So that's all from me. The five key of emotional intelligence. So I'm going to pass this presentation to Raja Farisha Pahana. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Raja Farisha. Thank you to Alif and Izzati for the explanation. Now I will continue to explain 3 main steps that can improve your emotional intelligence. So the first step is how do you have to stay calm and manage your stress level. Basically around 75% until 90% visit doctor office because of the stress. But the saddest thing is stress is just part of our life. So it is important for you to understand how you have to handle stressful situations. If you know what the cause of your stress is, you can reduce it. For instance, during your bedtime, you check your email and your boss asks you to do a task for the next project and you are really sleepy. So obviously your mind is not ready to react and it will lead to anxiety. Therefore, you have to learn to wait until the next morning so your mind and body is ready to react to email. When you face a difficult situation, remind yourself to stay calm. There are many ways to keep your stress level, such as meditation. Second step is negative emotions. I know negative emotions often make us overwhelmed, and trust me, it affects our judgment. If someone makes you upset, you don't have to judge. If someone makes you upset, you don't have to jump to conclusion. Instead, try to change what you think about the situation. Let's say if your boss rejects your project group proposal plan, do not straight away assume, oh, that is my fault. No, try to widen your perspective and consider other possible reasons for action. Use specific words to describe a problem, then you will be able to pinpoint what the cause of the problem and how you can address it next time. The last step will be bouncing back from adversity. As we know the fact that we always have to face adversity from time to time. And I know it is possible to avoid or ignore the difficult situation. So to manage the response is to not ignore the adversity, but try to ask yourself, what is the best way to move forward? Or how can I learn from this mistake or experience? Because all those types of questions actually help you to gain perspective and move from pessimism to optimism. Remember, no matter how hard the challenge that you have to face, you always and need to think positive to keep you moving forward. So that's all from me, and now I'll pass it to Aiman to explain more about the meditation. Thank you.
Thank you, Raja Farisha. So, for meditation, we know life feels a little bit more difficult these days. When life begins to feel more intense than normal, it's important to remember to slow down, turn towards these bigger feelings, and see the bigger picture. Take each day at one time. Give yourself a time to cool down. First, we can come into a comfortable sitting position. Imagine something difficult that you are going through, like online classes, assignment, and we forced to stay at the home because of lockdown. It doesn't have to be the most difficult, but something is disrupt yourself. We want to practice with the moderation before we move into the most difficult. Now, push away the difficulty by reaching out to someone. You can eat your favorite food like chocolate, you can play your phone, you can chatting, or denying this difficulty is actually happened. Now, turn towards it. Breathe deeply in through your nose and out through your mouth a few times. Now, invite your awareness, a large figure of compassion and strength who envelop you in a blanket of love, acceptance, and security. This can be a big cloud of compassion, a large grandmotherly figure, anything that feels loving and kind. Now imagine this figure is holding you. Next, turn fully towards your difficulty. When we face a difficulty, we have two options. Either we can face it or we can run from it. At the end of the day, we still must face our problem. There is no need to be scared. Feel this moment and speak kind to yourself. It will be okay. You are okay. You are lovable. You are enough. You are not alone. And we will get through this together. Let yourself offer and receive loving and kind statement as many times as you need until your mind and body can chill and slow down. Each time you notice yourself reaching for the old familiar way of turning away from discomfort, try gently turning towards it. The more you train the mind to acknowledge and name whatever difficulty is here, it will feel so challenging by jotting down your problem. Actually, it will help your mind system and specifically will send a signal to your sympathetic nervous system that you can psychologically relax. And for the last one, you can try zikr. It's actually good for your your anxiety and also get a reward. You can try Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, Allahu Akbar, and always remember, A'udzubillahi minasyaitonirrajim, fa inna ma'al usri yusra, inna ma'al usri yusra. For indeed, with the hardship will be ease, indeed, with the hardship will be ease. And last from me, things are not what they are, things are what we think they are. And let's proceed for the video.
Okay, so far thank you for joining us in this. So I will now take over the Q&A session. So if you have a question in your mind, feel free to ask us. You can also use the chat box if you feel shy about using your voice. So a question for Umaira Irdina. How do I know if I am emotionally intelligent? One of the ways to know if you're emotionally intelligent is it's difficult to measure emotional intelligence since tests are inherently subjective and imperfect. But there are some tests that you can take that can help you in determining how emotional intelligent you are, where your strength and weakness lie. So next is from Tajul Arifin. Do environment a major effect on emotional? So I do think that your environment affects your emotional because maybe if you are in an abusive relationship or maybe from an abusive boss, will feel very down and depressed. So I think that it majorly contribute to emotional intelligence. So if that's all from us, thank you for watching us. Have a great day. So for closure, I would like to pass it to Alif Hakimi Asmadi.
Okay, thank you very much, Isno. So I think that is the end of our session. And before you leave, we as a group members would like to give 1,000 of appreciation in our training session, especially Dr. Taira Bibi for listening and participate in our training session. And also for those who are asking the question, we also would like to ask for 1,000 of apologies if there is any mistakes or any words from us that might hurt you. Hopefully we will see you soon. So okay, thank you very much and have a good day. Bye.
Okay guys, we wait for some our friends to join in and then we will start our session. Okay, let's start our session. So, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good afternoon to everyone. So, our team will present about creative critical thinking. Thank you for having us tonight. And Nus, you can start the video.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good evening to Madam Taira and our classmates. And today, me and my group will present about the creative critical thinking. Our presented by Muhammad Mustaqim, that is me, and Zaris Sofia Ari Ahmad. What is creative critical thinker? Creative critical thinker is critical thinking is the ability to think clearly and rationally, understanding the logical connection between ideas. The information gathered from generated by observation, experience, reflection, and reasoning or communication as a guide to belief and action. For example, to organize the news, fake or real. This is a skill, creative critical thinking. Not all people have this skill in your concept. Some people they need to learn the skills and some people they already have this skill. Third thinker vigorously question ideas and assumptions rather than accepting them at face value. They always seek to determine whether the ideas, arguments, and feelings represent the entire picture and are open to finding that do not. Critical thinker also will identify, analyze, and solve problems systematically rather than by intuition or instinct. How to know that ourselves has a skill of creative critical thinking? First, understand the links between the idea. Second, determine the importance and relevance of arguments and ideas. Third, we can recognize, build, and apply an argument. Fourth, identify inconsistencies and error in reasoning about the problem. Fifth, approach a problem in consistent and systematic way. And last one is reflect on the justification of their own assumption, belief, and beliefs. Critical thinking is thinking about a thing in certain way so as to arrive at the best possible solution in the circumstance that the thinker is aware of. In more everyday language, it is a way of thinking about whatever is present or occurring your mind so that you come to the best possible conclusion. In the critical thinker, what the need for critical thinking? First, critical thinker think about the topic or issue in an objective and critical way. They think outside the box. Second, identify the different arguments that are in relation to a particular issue. Third, evaluate a point of view to determine how strong or valid it is. Fourth, notice what implication there might be behind a statement or argument. To my previous teammate for explaining about the previous slide. Assalamualaikum everyone. Today I will explain about why the creative thinker is important for our life. First point is to encourage curiosity. Curiosity exists to help us gain deeper understanding of not only the world surrounding us, but the things that matter within our experience of the world. This extends to the topic we teach in school and also the one that we find relevant in our daily life. Effective critical thinker remain curious about a wide range of topics and generally have broad interests. To this end, critical thinker ask pertinent questions such as what happening, what am I saying, why is it important, who is affected by this, why am I missing, what hidden and why is important, where did this come from, how do I know for sure. Next is it enhances creativity. In our travel, we ask educators all over the world about the most important skill. It makes the trip beyond school. It's pleasing to see that nurturing students' creativity is very high on the list. In fact, it's number 2 directly below problem solving. There's no question that effective teachers are also largely creative. Next is it fosters independence. Getting our learners to begin thinking independently is one of the main goals of education. When students think for themselves, they learn to become independent of us as well. Our job as educators in this sense is to empower our students to the point at which we essentially become obsolete. This process is repeated year after year, student after student, as we cultivate independent thinking and responsibility for learning in those methods. Lastly, it's skill for life, not just learning. As all teachers know, what they do with passion every day prepares our learning not just for the time in the classroom, but for success and well-being when the formative years are done. Many great educators have said many great things about the importance of lifelong learning skills. John Dewey, however, probably said best. Education is not preparation for life. Education is life itself. So that's all for me for today. I see you next time. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hey, what's up? Assalamualaikum. So it's your man Hadid. So what is on my DM today? So a lot of you guys DMing me say, Hadid, how do I know I am a critical thinker? Is by doing this make me a critical thinker? So you want to talk about this? Let's talk about this. So today I will show you 4 habits that make you a critical thinker. First is you read a lot and loud. It's exposing yourself to unique point of view, and it's a good way to spark constant curiosity and stay open-minded. And now you know why your parents ask you to read a lot of books, right? So second is you don't easily jump into the conclusion. You only make adjustments when you study in topic some depth and can justify their position with sound reasoning. The example I can give you, if you want to buy the clothes, but it stop you because you want to know is the clothes the original or fake. The third one is you always argue with yourself. Great thinker and routinely and intelligently and try to counter their own argument. Let's say you want to join open university debate and the topic is why do women always right? So before the debate, you already prepared the fact that proof to encounter the opponent debate and make you a winner. So lastly is you're willing to change your opinion with other people. You're willing to accept other people's opinion to find a better data. Like example, you do the icebreaking with your group member and you express your opinion and somehow your teammate also share their opinion with the proof that make opinion is strong and you're willing to accept their opinion. So now you know the habit of critical thinker. So do you a critical thinker or not? You judge yourself. So that's all for me guys. Goodbye, stay safe and social distance. Peace.
I'm very Sophia and I will continue with tips on how to be creative critical thinker. Well, there are a plethora of ways to be critical thinker. Firstly, practice thinking. This is because underthinking could reflect laziness and arrogance, which can lead to a lack of focus, whereas overthinking can reflect caution and fear, leading to rigidity and split judgment. Well, unbalanced minds are more likely to slip and fall over problems and issues they encounter at work, in the world around them, and even within themselves. It will eventually cause you to miss what is critical and what is perfect. Next is expressing a higher level of emotional intelligence. Self-aware gifts are the true gifts. This is because they prioritize the need to understand people over the demand to be understood. Empathy and faith in others are actually needs to be deeper understanding of others, where you can also improve your mood management and control by practicing self-control. This will assist you in controlling rather than being ruled by disruptive urges. Moreover, focus on the destination rather than the commands by learning to keep an eye on your workflow to meet your goals. This is because drama will be less distracting if there is a greater emphasis on destination. Star contributors are known for their critical thinking skills. They consider themselves as doing the bare minimum to solve problems with elegant solutions. And also, they don't leave people with answers. They give them opportunities to solve the problems. Last but not least, do research. As everyone knows, knowledge is a very powerful tool, and many of us, on the other hand, prefer to rely a lot on what we already know and are reluctant to abandon our own ideas. Critical thinking requires you to let go of your beliefs sometimes to solve problems. Reluctant to learn, research, or adapt new beliefs will simply hold you back and certainly won't help you with critical thinking. You will find that by committing time to research and focusing on learning, you will change and adapt over time to overcome new challenges and enhance your critical thinking.
Here's a brain teaser. A rooster is on the roof of a barn facing east. The wind is blowing to the west at 10 miles per hour. The rooster lays an egg. Which direction does the egg roll? If you want, you can pause the video and think it over. The answer? There is no egg. The rooster didn't lay one because roosters are male. Did you get it right? Let's pick this apart and see why many people have difficulty with this brain teaser and so many others. First, it's easy to overlook details or accept them without question. In this brain teaser, the answer could be found in the second word, rooster. In hindsight, we realize it's impossible for roosters to lay eggs, but it's easy to overlook when it's mentioned casually in the brain teaser. Another process at work in this brain teaser is misdirection. There were several details included that we may have paid too much attention to. The fact that the rooster was facing east and that the wind was blowing west at 10 miles per hour. In the end, these details had nothing to do with the actual answer, but because they seemed important in the context of the brain teaser, they directed us away from the relevant information. The same techniques used to solve brain teasers can also be applied to real-world situations. When you're trying to figure something out, it's important to analyze the information that's available to you. Are there any key details I may be missing? Am I being misled by something? Could I be thinking about this in another way? Brain teasers not only help to keep your mind sharp, but they can help improve your critical thinking skills as well. Let's finish things off with another brain teaser. You have a single match and are in a dark room with a candle, an oil lamp, and a gas stove. Which do you light first? The answer, the match.
GCF Global, creating opportunities for a better life.
Hi, and that is all from us. Thank you for joining our presentation. I would like to end this with a quote from Confucius, who is a Chinese philosopher. He points out that learning without thought is labor loss.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining.
Oh my god, my mail that I just received today is already broken. Wait, I have to do something. I already paid for it, and it is not cheap. I'm going to call the customer service.
Hello, good morning. My name is Iza, and how may I help you?
Hello, good morning. Last 2 days, I have ordered a big mirror from Shopee, and it cost $150. My parcel just arrived today, and suddenly when I open the box, it's already broken.
Can I know your Shopee name and order ID number?
Oh, it's from decommirror.co.
Thank you, Miss Wahida. Please wait for a moment. Okay, I just contact the seller for the return and refund. The seller has given 2 options. Either you want a refund or new mirror.
Oh, I didn't click the button receipt yet. Can I know the procedure of the refund?
I will inform the seller to post out the new mirror. About the process, Ms. Wahida can click the button return and refund on the Shopee order and choose the reason as bad condition. Is there anything else I can help?
Oh, okay. Thank you for making it clear. No, that's all.
We are sorry for the inconvenience. Your understanding is highly appreciated. You can rate the conversation from 1 to 5. Thank you and have a good day.
Oh my god, my mail that I just received today is already broken. Wait, I have to do something. I already paid for it, and it is not cheap. I'm going to call the customer service.
Yes, what can I help you?
Hello, good morning. Last 2 days, I have ordered a big mirror from Shopee, and it cost $150. My parcel just arrived today, and suddenly when I open the box, it's already broken.
You can directly contact with the seller.
I would like to get a new mirror. Can I know the process?
Please do contact the seller and follow the instruction given for the refund.
I have one last question. Did I have to pay for the postage?
Any inquiries, please contact the seller.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Let me explain it to you. There's a 2 situation and a difference between both situations in handling a customer as a customer service. For the situation ones, where you can see the customer service have been handling a customer complaint really well. That means you know how to treat them in a good way. But as you can see, for the situation 2, the customer service are problematic in handle customer complaint because she lack of the skill.
Customer is important to the company, and the one who handle customer satisfaction is customer service. Customer satisfaction plays an important role within your business. Not only it is an indicator to measure customer loyalty, identify unhappy customer, increase revenue, it is also a key point of differentiation that helps you to attract new customers in competitive business environment. So usually 1 out of 26 unhappy customers will make complaints to the company. So that unhappy customer will tell about 15 people about their bad experience. So there's a chance to lose some business due to unhappy customers without even knowing it.
First one, let me tell you, greeting is really important as a customer service. For the situation 2, the customer service did not greeting the customer in the proper way, and she did not be happy at all. From the start, she telling the customer to directly contact the seller. That's the bad attitude as a customer service. When the customer contact your service department or desk, they want to be greeted by a positive customer service and agent who show empathy and will confidently resolve their issue without causing them any further grief. You want your customer to have a very positive experience which they will likely share with their friends and family. Your service teams need to always be well-mannered, respectful, and of course helpful. You want your customer to be treated so well that they experience the service they have received as exceptional. This can be often challenging, especially when dealing with demanding customers with complex service issues. By ensuring that your customer service and support staff are fully versed and trained to use positive language and avoid negative terms, you can be confident that even your most demanding customers will have a great service experience.
So for the second point is tone of voice. Tone of voice is so important when it comes to making customer feel at ease, assured, and happy, because different tone of voice convey different attitude, which affect how customer perceive you. You should not use tone that will make you appear as rude or bored with their complaints. The tone that should be used is gentle, understanding, kind, and attentive to appease the customer worries and anger. This is particularly important for customer service via call who cannot use facial expressions or body language to express themselves to the customer. It is also important to use your natural speaking voice. By doing so, you eliminate the risk of sounding fake or patronizing. It will help customers relate to you, understand you, and connect with you. You should also be defensive when dealing with customers that are too emotional. Defensiveness can easily show in your tone, so you must try to avoid this. When customers complain, shout, or get angry, it's easy to become defensive, but staying calm is the key. Defensiveness will seep into your tone of voice, making it quick, high-pitched, and sharp. This will only make your customer feel worse and could make for very difficult and almost argumentative situations.
The third point is be kind and be calm. The customer service need to make sure that they remain professional and polite in every call. The trick is to find quicker solution for the caller's problem, and remember that there's no need to respond with anger. It might be difficult to do. You must stay calm when handling a customer complaint. This can be hard, especially since your business is probably a point of immense pride for you, but don't take the complaint personally. It is not a personal attack. Often, customer complaint will highlight an area that you can improve within your business. Not only that, by getting upset, losing your cool, or yelling at the customer is never a good thing. You are most likely to make a good progress and satisfy your customer needs if you approach them with a calm state of mind. In more instances, you can diffuse anger and frustration by remaining kind and understanding. You can tell the customer straight away that you appreciate them for reaching out and understand exactly how they are feeling. A statement such as this will let the customer know that you are truly care and you are ready to listen. When the customer knows that you are truly care, you are well on your way to finding a reasonable solution to the customer complaint.
Someone should have told me that your lot would be closed.
Yes, I'm sorry about that. We weren't expecting you back before the lot reopened, but it would have been good to mention it just in case.
No kidding.
Well, let me see what I can do, because I'm sure we can make this right for you.
Number 4, ask the customer to contact the seller by itself. It's become sadly common for call centers to direct customer to the seller rather than giving them the help they have called for. The customer service wants to get through as many calls as they can. However, the customer has called for a reason, and your team needs to address that. Acknowledge what the customer says and feels. It's helpful to repeat what the customer says so they know you are listening and taking their complaint seriously. Telling the customer that you understand they are frustrated with the situation lets them know you plan to fix the problem. Understand what the customer wants. Carefully interpret whether the customer wants to get out of a contract, get a refund, receive a replacement, or some other resolution.
So we will start our session now. Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and very good evening to everyone. Thank you for joining us today, especially to our beloved lecturer, Dr. Tahira Bibi. So we are Part 5 students from UiTM Pasir Gudang. We'll be conducting a virtual training session for our subject Human Resource Management. First of all, let me introduce myself and my group members. My name is Muhammad Raif bin Muhammad Ruslan.
My name is Fatin Ani Amina binti Zaidi.
My name is Nura Zarina binti Razali.
So there is
The two members are Nur Nadira binti Idris and Nur Arifah Fadila binti Harinza.
Yeah. So we have recorded the training session in advance, which will be focusing on the presentation skills. So now I will pass to Fatin Arni to briefly explain about presentation skills and share the video with you guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Muhammad Raif. Presentation skills are the skills you need in delivering an effective and engaging presentation to a variety of audiences. These skills cover a broad area such as the structure of your presentation, the design of your slides, the tone of your voice, and the body language that you convey. Now, I will share the video of the training session with you guys.
Thank you, Fatin Arni, for the explanation of the presentation skill.
So now, I'll continue the presentation with the first tip to make a good presentation. First of all, keep it simple. When you're planning your presentation, you should always keep in mind the question, what is the key message of 3 key points for audience to take away? You should be able to communicate the key message very briefly. That means, when the presenter doing presentation, they should explain with the easiest way for the audience to understand what is the key point and not just fill a slide with a lot of small text like they can explain using 7W and 1H. For example, elaborate by using what is happened, why is happened, when is happened, and how is happened for each of the main point. And that's all from me. Next, I'll pass it to Fatin Arnina to continue with her next tips.
Thank you, Nadira. I will continue with the second tips on how to make a good presentation, which is to focus on your audience's needs. Your presentation needs to be built around what your audience is going to get out of the presentation. As you prepare the presentation, you always need to bear in mind what the audience needs and wants to know, not what you want to tell them. While you're giving the presentation, you also need to remain focused on your audience's response and react to that. You need to make it easy for your audience to understand and respond. So, in order to do that, you need to think of ways on how you can interact with your audience and make them part of the presentation. Try to include questions, polls, or quizzes at the end of your presentation. Create games or activities that connect the audience members with one another. All of this interaction will create a connection between you and the audience, and it places them at the center of the presentation, and that is one way on how you make a good presentation. Next, I will pass on to Muhammad Raif to present the next tip.
Thank you, Fatin Arni. So, I will explain about the tip of be genuine. Oscar Wilde said, "Be yourself. Everyone else is already taken. A lack of authenticity will be spotted a mile away." Whatever you are saying, speak from the heart and don't try to impress. There's no need to prove yourself, just to get the point across as you see it. After all, that's why you are there, and you cannot do more than that. The first point that I want to highlight is use your humor. Humor can be great for giving a presentation, but cut it out. It feels like a stretch. Telling a humorous story can break down any barriers, make you feel more likable, and make your message memorable. And people are surprisingly generous with laughter, but the faintest wave of desperation will kill a funny vibe. The second point is don't afraid to mess up. The fear of making a mistake can make you inordinately nervous. Relax. Even the best speakers mess up or having a bad luck. For example, Theresa May, the ex-Prime Minister of England, once stumbled and coughed her way through a presentation, with someone even handing her a resignation letter. She battled through like a pro and simply acknowledged it and moved on. No big deal to mess up. And the third point here is be open up. A researcher whose presentation has amazed over 10 million views says that sometimes the bravest and most important thing you can do is just show up. This means speaking your truth and daring to feel like a little uncomfortable as you share a meaningful story. It will connect your audience to you like never before. So I will pass the next tip to Arifah Fadila. Thank you.
Thank you, Muhammad Raif. Now I will continue to the next tips, which is pay attention to the design. A good design can make or break a presentation. If you haven't got the budget for designer, tools such as Visma or Canva will help you to make a great slide. Also, Pixel and Unsplash also offer the stunning royalty-free image. These are some tips that you can use in designing your template. First, use the color that is the most relevant to your design and text. Bright colors can dazzle, but too many can be off-putting. We recommended you to sticking with one or two, with not counting black and white for your palette. so it has the consistent look and feel. Next, pay attention with one or two colors. Consistent design makes you look professional. Don't switch between caps and lowercase. Use Times Roman and Comic Sans. In between size of 8 and 30 for the text size. Stick with only one font and one size throughout. You can vary the emphasis with your words later, but keep your on-screen text uniform for more cohesive message. Last but not least, by using the right formula for perfection. A wonky line on the slide or a badly pixelated graphic will put some people off, as it will look like you haven't tried very hard, or worse, that you just aren't very good. So make sure your text is aligned and neat. Now I will pass to Nurhazalina to continue about more tips.
Thank you, Arifa, for the presentation. So, I will continue the last tips, which is have a practice run through, which is in a plan for a smooth delivery. With all the prep you're doing on the content and design of your presentation, it can be easy to overlook other variables that are within your control for a stress-free delivery. First is reading it out loud to ensure your message makes sense before you actually deliver it. Second is try recording your presentation on video, which this way you'll be able to review with an accurate eye and notice whether your speech matches up with your slides. It also helps you start out your runtime. So that is relax, breathe, and enjoy while make a presentation. So that's all the tips of make a good presentation skill.
Before we end our presentation, we will play a video that we prepared on the do's and don'ts while presenting.
You should not dress informally to present. Don't show up late on the day that you present.
Don't apply too much makeup and don't let your hair fall in your face. You should not leave the phone on and answer it while presenting.
Recruitment is the process of selecting the suitable people.
When presenting, avoid using filler words but instead replace them with pauses.
When you are doing presentation, you should not speak on monotone voice. Lastly, we should not stare at the presentation and just read all the text on the slide.
You should dress smart and neat. That's how you look professional. Be early when you should present on that day and be prepared at least 15 minutes before you start your presentation.
Makeup should be little real life mistake and make sure you keep your hair neat. Before you start a presentation, you have turned off the phone and put it away. Maintain eye contact as it plays a huge role in a presenter's ability to connect with their audience.
When you are presenting, you should use positive body language. To make a good presentation, we should look at our audience and giving them a handout for them referring the presentation and to them understand more what the presentation about.
So that's the end of our training session. Now we will proceed to the Q&A session. So do you guys have any question to ask?
I do have one question to ask. In your opinion, how long should a presenter explain in one slide? That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Varisha, for that question. In my opinion, you should not have more than one slide per minute of talk unless you are a very skillful presenter. But minimize your presenter for 50 minutes. Example, for 50 minutes of slide, 1 minute of per slide. So that's it. I hope I answer your question. Next question, please.
I have a question. How can you define a bad presentation?
Okay, I will take this question, Takif. Thank you. A very good question. So most of us are experienced in dull, irrelevant, or confusing presentation. But a great presentation that you once saw, it was informative, motivating, and inspiring. So there are a few common presentation mistakes that people do. For example, not preparing enough themselves, ignoring their audience, and even using ineffective visuals. So I hope that's answered your question. So I think that's all from us because we are running out of time. Thank you for joining us today and thank you for your time. Goodbye. Have a good night.
So, Assalamualaikum to everyone here in the live session. So before we start the training session, I would like to thank to everyone here that managed to attend to the live session. Now allow me to introduce ourselves. So we are Part 5 students from UiTM Pasir Gudang studying diploma in business management transportation. So our group members are firstly me, Muhammad Takif Aiman bin Zainal Abidin. Next are Fakrul Hazmi, Uzair Rafi, Haziq Afzal, and Ayu Ashkin. So in this live session, we are going to conduct trainings on how to use Canva and also learn the basics of video editing through a video that we have recorded. So it's also best if you can jot some notes down while watching the training. Now let's begin the training session.
We'll be presenting about Canva. So, as we all know, Canva is a graphic design platform used to create social media graphics, presentation, posters, document and other visual content. The apps includes templates for user to use. The platform is free to use and offers paid subscription such as Canva Pro and Canva for Enterprise for additional functionality. As we all know, most of the students are using Canva to create an infographic, documents, or even presentation because this app is an easy to use apps to create a graphic design. So most of the students are basically using this application to help them in terms of graphic design. So most of them knows the basic of using Canva, such as inserting a pictures, adding some graphics, and also even adding some special effect into their graphic using Canva. But there are a least percentage of students or even people who are using Canva know about the tricks and tips in Canva. So for our presentation, we will showing you a video about some of the tips and tricks to be used in Canva for a student or even anyone who using Canva for their editing in terms of graphic design. So let's enjoy our video, and after that we will have a Q&A session. So let's proceed to the video.
The next training is training on the video editing basics using a software called DaVinci Resolve. So first, you need to download the software. To download, go to any search engine and search DaVinci Resolve and click on this link. Then scroll down and click on the download now button. After you download, you need to install it and open the software. So this is where you will be redirected to. So when you first directed to here, for most beginners, this might look overwhelming, but don't worry, we are not going to use everything in the software. So first take a look at this panel right here. We have this edit panel, and for edit panel or edit page, this is where you are going to edit all your videos. And then we are going to use this deliver page, and this is where you are going to render your video. Now I will explain a little bit about the layout of the software. So here, this media pool, this is where you are going to put in all your contents, your videos, your images, or whatever your content is. You need to put it in here. And then we have this timeline. So in timeline, this is where you are going to do most of the editing parts. And then we have this tool box right here. This is where you are going to use to add your subtitles and video transition. And then here, this inspection panel, this is where you are going to edit your subtitles. If you want to adjust your subtitles and adjust the volume of your audio and stuff, this is where you are going to use it. This is what we are going to learn in this video editing basics video training. The first training is shortcut buttons. Now shortcut buttons are very important because it saves you a lot of your time. So the first one is how to undo. So to undo, you press Ctrl Z, and then for cutting you press B, and then for delete you press Ctrl X. Now later we are going to see how we're going to use all these shortcut buttons. To begin editing, open your contents folder, and then select all your contents and drag and drop it to the media pool, and then drag and drop the video that you want to edit to the timeline. So for trimming, people usually trim to edit some part out from the video. So you can only trim the starting point or the ending point of the video. So to trim, simply just bring your cursor to where you want to trim, and in this case I will trim the ending of the video to make the video shorter. So let's say if you want to undo what you just did right there, just simply press Ctrl Z. But in this case, I want to trim this part, just like this. Next is how to cut. You can cut any parts of the video that you want. In this case, I want to cut this part right here where the audio is low. So to cut, press B on your keyboard, then hover over here and click your left mouse, and I want to cut until here. So to delete this part, simply press Ctrl X, then adjust your video together. Next is video transition, but before that, let's preview the video without transition. Now I want to put the video transition over here. So go to the toolbox panel and select video transition. So here you have many choices to choose from, but I will use the most common one, which is this cross dissolve. So again, drag and drop the widget to where you want the transition to be. Alright, and then let's preview the video again with video transition. Alright, next is how to add text. So you may use the text as subtitle or headline. In this case, I want subtitle. So to add subtitle, go to toolbox and select titles, then drag and drop the text widget to the timeline. And by default, this is how it's going to be like. To make it to a subtitle, first change the size to 70 in the inspection panel, and then click press enter. and then bring your cursor to the text and bring it below here, and then for the subtitle just type in whatever you want. So this is my subtitle. Now that we have finished editing, we have to render out the video. So to render, go to the deliver section. So render is a process of extracting the video out from the software to change it to a video format, and people usually use MP4 format. So to do that, go to this custom panel and then format, click on MP4, and then click on add to render queue, and lastly click render all. So once the rendering process is done, you now may watch your final edited video. So that concludes the basics of video editing training. Thank you for watching.
So that's it for the video. So do you guys have any questions to ask?
No.
If you guys miss out some parts in the video, you can watch it on YouTube. We already post it on our YouTube channel, and Uze will share the link on the chat, and that's it. Uze?
Thank you everyone.
Okay, if there is no question, so we will end our session here. So thank you everyone for spending your time to attend our presentation today. That's all from us. Thank you. Thank you for attending.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Zil.
Thank you.